In our Healthier Me this evening, although you may be excited to see the greenery after the long winter, there may be a downside that comes along with taking care of your yard. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard joins us in studio to tell us what some residents in Fargo think of the new epidemic surrounding the weed killer.
Thomas Keene is just one of the many residents in Fargo that have used Roundup weed killer in their yards. But after hearing reports, he's decided to stop using it. Last week, the Associated Press and USA Today released articles that stated that Roundup weed killer was a substantial factor in a man's cancer. A 70-year-old man by the name of Edwin Hardman was the second plaintiff to go to trial out of thousands around the country who claim weed killer causes cancer. It's the active ingredient glyphosate in Roundup that causes concern. We spoke with the professor at NDSU about the case. He said he isn't too worried, but it's important to read labels.
You know, we have precautions on a whole variety of foods and drink and pesticides, and the precautions are on there so that you can reduce your risk to a point where it's not really a factor for your own safety.
Thorstenson says he occasionally uses weed killer, but says it's important to take precaution when using it in your yard. Try avoiding skin exposure, wear long pants, a shirt, gloves to protect yourself.
All right, well, thank you, Callie. For more information on how you can protect yourself and your family, visit valleynewslive.com and click on this story. In other health news, the FDA has approved the drug Zulresso for women with postpartum depression. The new medicine targets specific brain receptors to rebalance hormones that spike during pregnancy and plummet after birth. Zulresso is a one-time intravenous treatment that requires a 3-night hospital stay. In our consumer alert this evening, with the first day of summer right around the corner, you might want to make some travel plans to visit the Universal theme park this year. Details of a new Jurassic World ride are out. The park says guests will board specifically designed rafts, encounter all new animatronic dinosaurs from the recent Jurassic World films, and plunge down an 84-foot waterfall. The new attraction replaces the original Jurassic ride, which closed last year after 22 years. Today is National Puppy Day, and right here in Fargo, the day was aimed to help raise money for local animal shelters. Earlier today, the SAE fraternity at NDSU hosted a hockey tournament called Pucks for Pups. It was hosted to raise money for the Homeward Animal Shelter.
A lot of organizations are in the Fargo community. They get a lot of recognition, but we haven't really seen much with a lot of our shelters here. So we thought this would be a great opportunity to give back here to the local shelters.
Their goal was to reach $3,000 for shelters in Fargo. And from one hockey game to another, joining us now is Alex.
We got plenty of stick and puck for you tonight. We will check in on the Fargo Force, home hosting Central Illinois, looking for a sweep in that series, and the Minnesota Wild in desperate need of points. We got highlights for you next in sports.